How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Bitcoin's never been less risky, in my opinion, from a fundamental standpoint than it is right now. I want to talk about that, why that is, and I want to show you some of the inflow numbers from yesterday. I want to show you an economist, quote unquote, that said Bitcoin's a fake asset. I want to show you some opportunities in the market. If you don't mind, hit subscribe. Turn on that bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this as soon as I make them. There are also going to be a couple links underneath the video. There's one to Margex, where you can trade cryptocurrencies with leverage. You can long the market, you can short the market, although I don't suggest shorting the best asset in the world or the best performing asset in the world, but you can do it. They just announced they just debuted their Margex 2.0 platform. So now you can actually convert some of your cryptocurrencies. They're scaling it up, so it's a small amount now that you can convert, but you can do it fee-free, spread-free right now. You can also trade futures just like you could before. There's also going to be a link to CoinW as well, where you can trade spot cryptocurrencies. You can also trade on leverage, and there's a link down there to Blowfin as well. Just to round it out, they allow you to trade cryptocurrencies as well. And there's no KYC with any of these, so you can get started in just a few seconds. You don't need to send them your driver's license or your passport or anything like that. You don't need to give out your personal information. Now, HODL 15 Capital has been covering the Bitcoin ETF flows, and yesterday was kind of interesting. So it was a lighter day of volume. IBIT had about 1.3 billion, which we've seen about 1.8 maybe on average. FBTC had 670 million in volume, GBT 611. And we had the price of Bitcoin fall significantly through the day. So a lot of people were thinking we'd probably see an outflow. Okay, so ARKB is the first one with a large outflow of 88 million. I believe this is actually their first negative day. Or maybe they were just like barely negative before, but yeah, this is a large outflow. This is like on that same order as GBTC, showing that maybe some people that are buying ARK are more swing traders. GBTC with an $88 million. So actually less than ARKB. Really interesting, small day for them comparatively. You can see it right here versus all the other days. And then we got EasyBC and BTCW with 0, BITB with only 4.3 million, and then IBIT bought 150 million, so they bought up the dip. And then we also saw HODL with 6 million and FBTC with 45 million. We also saw a little bit from these other ETFs. So overall, it was a net positive day of about 40 million or something like that, maybe a little bit more by the time that these other ETFs gave their numbers. So overall, a pretty decent day. It's been pretty much sideways for the week, but we continue to see Mr. 100 stacking like crazy. They bought, I think it's right around 2,200 Bitcoin in the last 7 days, so more than the ETFs even. Pretty significant buying there, and we still don't know who that entity is. Some people think we'll know soon, but I don't know. We did get news of a U.S. economist slamming Bitcoin as a fake asset, despite the 50% rise in 2024. This is Peter Schiff. So if you haven't seen Peter Schiff, you're probably new to the crypto market, but he just said this: CNBC can't figure out if Bitcoin is a risk-on or risk-off asset. Some guests claim both. That Bitcoin means different things to different people. That's whatever investors want it to be. With Bitcoin, risk is in the eye of the hodler. That's crazy. It's a fake asset. Now, I think there are a handful of assets that mean different things for different people, right? Like if you hold gold, okay, you can just hold it as a hedge against inflation. You can hold it as a store of wealth. You can hold it as an actual asset with utility. Maybe you use it, right? Maybe you use it to trade. There are different reasons for it. But yeah, Bitcoin does mean different things to different people. I know some people that use it for currency, like literally use it to store and save in, because they don't want US dollars. So if they have to go save for a house over 2 years, they'll save in Bitcoin. I know some people that treat it like an investment. I know certain people that use it just as a payment medium. I think what's happening here really is Peter Schiff is the person that hates Bitcoin the most, that talks about it the most. He talks about Bitcoin more than he talks about his favorite asset, which is gold. And I think it's really just him trying to stay relevant, right? He doesn't have great returns, I'm assuming, from his fund and from his company. So what's he do to stay relevant? Well, he talks badly about Bitcoin. People love, or CNBC and other news stations love to pull on people that have opposing views. So Peter Schiff has a very opposing view on Bitcoin versus the people that are bullish. So he continues to get his name in the news. He continues to get 10 times the publicity he would otherwise, right? So he gets a lot of impressions on these tweets because he hates Bitcoin. It's controversial. Bitcoin can go up, and everyone's talking about how Peter Schiff's crying, right? So there are some people, though, that also hate Bitcoin because they missed out on it. So they feel similar to Peter Schiff. They may go invest in his fund, or they go buy gold, which pumps his bags of gold. And I think he said before that he actually doesn't even hold that much gold. He's also said before that he wishes he had bought Bitcoin. Like now, if he could go back, obviously he'd buy Bitcoin. So yeah, it's interesting to watch. I'm surprised that they call him an economist, though, in certain articles. Maybe he is, but I think he's more just a business owner. Now, moving on. I tweeted something along the lines of Bitcoin has never been less risky than it is right now from a fundamental standpoint. And this tweet kind of explains why. And part of this is price oriented in this tweet, but let me go through it. Bitcoin is at the bottom of a channel and the top of a channel, and the top of the channel is 80K. So you can see it right here. 2 months ago, the SEC approved 11 spot ETFs. The Bitcoin halving, the most bullish event every 4 years, is in 2.5 weeks. American hodlers are consistently buying more Bitcoin than is being mined daily, and it will most likely never be sold on the market again. Trillions in American retirement money is now available to invest in BTC. We are 18 months away from where the last two bull market cycles made their tops. China is printing and easing. The US is about to print and ease too. Bitcoin has been in price discovery and no one even cares. The US Fed Reserve pivot is months away. And you're bearish. So I think there are some good points made here. And the point that I'll add is Bitcoin continuously gets less risky from a fundamental standpoint. There are more people that hold it, which mean a couple different things. One, there's less of a chance of a dump, right? I mean, there are some people that continuously gain more Bitcoin, but overall, it continues to become more and more distributed. We also have more and more miners, so the network is constantly growing stronger hash rate. Of course, there can be temporary drops on any of this, right? Like over a day or a week, but over time, this is the case. We have the BTC ETFs approved in the US, which means that there's no really going back. The people that said that Bitcoin would be banned, it's not really the case anymore. They're not going to go and make everyone sell their ETF shares from 11 different companies. Now, Bitcoin's mainstream. There are politicians that are buying it. There are companies that are buying Bitcoin. There's never been a less risky time, again, from a fundamental standpoint. Now, I'm not saying from a price standpoint. So, yes, you could have bought at $15,000, and even though we're much more bullish now, maybe that was a better risk to reward ratio. That's why I was buying throughout the entire bear market. But if you're just looking at it and saying, okay, what are the chances this goes to zero? Chances are lower than ever. So the other side of the coin is, Michael Saylor says, if we're not going to zero, we're going to 1 million. Because there's no end to printing. It's just a continuous cycle by China, by the US, by all countries around the world. Their debt's going up. They're printing more money to try to get out of it, trying to raise their GDP, right? Trying to raise taxes to pay back their debts, and this is just going to continue, right? So what do you buy? The hardest asset on earth that can't be made more of, because people will flock to it, and there's real utility, right? You can send it across the world in just a few seconds on the strongest network in the world too. So yeah, I think that it's not the worst idea to add to some Bitcoin positions if you're not well positioned yet. I actually have a video on my home screen on my YouTube channel talk about whether now is a good time to be buying. And now, would I be going all in right now? If I had $10,000 to my name, would I put it all into Bitcoin right now? No. I think it makes sense to dollar cost average over time for emotional reasons, right? For your own psychology. But yeah, this is a pretty bullish time in the market. Let me know your thoughts on that underneath the video though. But we do have $1 billion printed at the Tether Treasury, another $1 billion printed. They continue to grow. There continues to be more demand in the sector. I talked about yesterday how I was buying Tesla, and came out BYD dropped EV deliveries by 43%, and EVs also dropped 20% at GM. So pretty interesting. I talked about why I was buying Tesla yesterday. If you didn't see that, go check it out. But it seems like everyone in the EV sector is having a rough time over the last year or so, and just in the car sector in general. Just a reminder, Rainmaker, you can buy on Tencent. I had some people asking me how to do this. I actually covered it in a past video. Just look up My Financial Friend, Tencent, and you should be able to find it. But basically, you just have to buy some Tencent tokens. You can find them on, I want to say PancakeSwap or Uniswap. You can just go search them on CoinMarketCap, scroll down to the exchanges where Tencent's available. Go to Tencent's website, stake, right? Connect the wallet, make sure it's the official website. Go to their Twitter, go through their Twitter to the Tencent website. Connect your wallet, stake those tokens, and then you can connect to the pre-sale. They have tweets about it for Rainmaker. Connect to the pre-sale website and connect with the same wallet that you have the staked Tencent tokens, and then you can send them some send them some USDC on Base chain, which I had used Base for the first time when I did this. So you can, I believe I just went through Coinbase. Yeah, send yourself some USDC on the Base chain from Coinbase. Add it to whatever wallet you're using. Make sure you have some ETH as well. I think you have to have ETH on Base. It's really cheap right now. It's like a penny, under a penny to do these transactions. So I'm really glad it's on Base chain. Base chain's also blowing up recently, but they're doing this on Base instead of Ethereum, which is really nice. So if you want to do that, you can check it out. But if not, that's completely fine. You can do whatever you want. This is a smaller cryptocurrency though. It's newer as well. I've talked about a handful of times, but some of the recent launches have done well. So you might want to check it out. They do have a 7-day claim back policy as well. This is the final day, I believe, though, that you can buy Rainmaker before the token listing event. Let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. I appreciate it. Check out the links underneath the video to Margex, CoinW, even Blowfin if you want. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.